friends, how are you today? Nice to see you, nice to have you join me. This is KG and you are watching KG's Corner. Hope you're good. I am good, and today I thought to just bring another out of the box conversation around karma, free will, and cause and effect. So scientifically, karma is understood through the concept of cause and effect. What goes up must come down. That's another explanation for gravity, but that is karma. What you give out in its real conceptual understanding is what you get in return. And through the ages, many cultures have a way of likening karma or referring to karma in everyday conversations. Like in Africa, where I come from, they say in reference to karma, isondo liyajika, which means that the wheel continuously is turning. And in the Indian concept of karma is a cycle. So karma is like a cycle of karma. And also there's another way in my language to explain karma, that inxeba, lendoda, alihlekwa. You never make fun of another man's downfall or inconvenience or pain or hurt. So for me, these make me realize that karma is actually not just a concept. Karma is actually a reality. And I think the reason why we experience the things that we experience, the negatives and the positives in life, is actually based on karma. So if I do something good, I actually then my reward will be goodness. And then some people will say, I always do good, but I always get bad in return. Something bad happens in return for my good. And then when you actually unpack karma, you realize that karma is not just like for me as a person. Karma is not up to me only. Generationally, each family has its own karma as a family, based on the generations and generations that have actually come to create me. So karma is not just karma is a very wide philosophy, for a lack of a better word. I'll use philosophy, I'll use concept. So based on how my predecessors live, has resulted in who I am, who my siblings are. So we've actually seen in our families, just as an example, like if I look exactly like my great grandmother, my elders would say, oh, KG looks exactly like her great grandmother. Let's say we're being hypothetical, and they said even the way she speaks is exactly the same as her grandmother. Even the things that she's done, things that she's attracted in life, exactly the same. So we are unconsciously trading karmas of our predecessors. How they lived their lives is who we have become. So in saying that, if we understood what karma is in its holistic understanding, we would be very cognizant of it, and then live in a way that actually transcends it, because we can transcend it, but we just need to understand that there is a reason for why things are the way they are. We are not victims. We are not we are not victims of circumstance. We have the power to change our dynamics, our situations, our wherever we are, but we cannot change who we are and where we've landed if we do not understand the situation that has caused it. Like any disease, any illness, we cannot become better. We cannot heal the disease if we do not know the cause of the disease. So similarly with karma, we cannot reverse or change our karmic states because we don't understand what has caused it. And changing of karma requires one to be very, very conscious. Everything that we are experiencing on a daily basis is actually as a result of karma. And karma is not absolute. It is only absolute if we don't understand it. So it's like this huge elephant in the room that we need to actually eventually face if we are to reverse our present circumstance. And in the Bible, mind you, there is a reference to karma, and it goes, as you sow, so shall you reap. I think it's actually something that Jesus says in the Bible. So karma is also in the Bible. In most religious texts, you find references to karma, but we don't question enough to actually research it and understand where that is coming from, and then understand it enough to apply it to our daily lives, and in so doing change our circumstances. And some people take a very a victim outlook to karma, because if you open it up really widely, you understand that the way you think, is as a result, the way you are is a result of how you think. So the way you think is the cause, and the way that you are is the effect. So karma is in every little thing that we are, everything that we experience. It's not just something that because there are famous, popular, trending statements that karma is the B word, etc., etc. Those are based on a true concept or a true there's a place where that comes from, and it's actually a very old time-proven concept that karma does exist. And as if we actually understand karma, it's the beginning of changing everything about self. And it is scientifically, it has been explained, as I mentioned earlier, what goes up has to come down. That is actually karma. So you can't just do as you will, and that is actually where I come to with free will. Free will is the fact that we have free will, I think, needs also to be looked at, because when you think of karma, then you realize that we don't have absolute free will. Our free will is limited. So we have limited free will based on the fact that generationally we are here, based on the energy that was projected by our ancestors that has created the circumstances that we're here. So we inherit karma just as much as you inherit wealth from your predecessors. we inherit karma, family karma, and then also a race karma. You understand that if let's say for generations and generations, like hundreds and hundreds of years, let's say, for a lack of a better example, let's say why people have been taught and ended up believing that being of a white race is superior, then that creates an energy, a karma, that then that feeds, that actually makes that a reality, that feeds that reality. But that reality to happen, there must be also another race that karmically has, I shouldn't say, karma has been created around like a race has been told that they are inferior, they are black or brown, therefore they are inferior. So that energy, that thinking, that energy, it's everywhere. History tells you that you are people, or maybe like findings, like there's an evolutionary like a thesis on evolution that actually popularized the fact that if you're brown or black, you're inferior. If you're white, or you are superior. So that has become that has hardened and has become karma, and we are living that now. So if you understand energy and a cause and effect, that is science, then you can actually understand how karma, what karma is, and how we can actually change it. Just as you can change the way you think so that you can experience a different outtake, so is karma. So this is my understanding of karma through the way that I've lived and what I've researched. And I just want to actually footnote here that karma is not absolute. Just as difficult as it is to change your mind about something, it is just as difficult to change karma. So you can actually adopt various strategies that can actually eventually have you change your mind so that you can change your experience. Also, changing our karma, generational karmas that have actually ended up to us being who we are today, takes time, but we have to understand why we are experiencing what we're experiencing in order to change it. And similarly, that is karma. That is how we change karma. So karma is real. Karma is not absolute. Karma is has a scientific basis. If you study science, you'll actually realize that science, some of the foundations of science are premised on karma. The foundations of everything are not karma like cause and effect. The foundations of everything on planet Earth are founded on karma. So it takes a huge willpower to change one's karma, and free will is then realized. We cannot realize, this is my personal take, we cannot realize ultimate absolute free will if we are still governed by the law of karma, which needs for us to act more from a space of energy, and which actually controls or dictates the physical output. All right, so as you think, so you are. What goes around comes around. What goes up has to come down. If I pour hot water on my hand, it will burn, and the cause of the burn, the redness on my hand, is the hot water that I poured. The effect is the pain and the redness. that is karma. So everything that we experience out there is the cause. The effect is my output and understanding, and how I articulate that, how I project that into the world. All right, that is my understanding. Please, once again, research this for yourself so that you can understand further. This is just for me. This is just me opening up a conversation that then I would like you to actually go out and do some research on, and let me know what you come up with. All right, and then this is the end of a very interesting conversation from self to you, and I hope that you can actually run with it from a religious point of view, and scientific point of view, and philosophical point of view, and also your own indigenous self point of view. All right, so thank you so much for coming to join me once again. It was a pleasure to actually share this little info with you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, and it would be great to hear what you have to say. And thank you for subscribing. I have 21 subscribers. I didn't think that I would have 21 subscribers when I started. Well, I didn't think that probably people would find my controversial topics that interesting. And I'm sorry if I tread on people's toes. It's not my intention. It's just me wanting to start a different conversation as opposed to what is normally out there. All right, I'm just catalyzing. I'm being a catalyst. Anyway, thank you so much for watching once again. I wish you an awesome day, awesome week further. And remember to love those around you, no matter what. Even if it's difficult, come from a space of love within your heart, because that's energy, projecting positive energy to those who have done probably uncomfortable things to you, that have hurt you. And then I know that it's not easy, but that is actually another way that we break the cycle of karma, and also forgive those who have hurt you. It's not easy, but it's just each day you do it, it gets better. And yeah, and don't forget to research everything that you see on social media, including what I've just chatted to you about. It was an absolute pleasure to be with you. Stay great. I love you. Bye.